Hello, everyone. It is Caramel
and Chocolate.
Yes, and we are here for the Avengers review. This is exciting.
The EndGame movie.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Look, guys, I'm going to start because I'm pissed off.
Yes.
Because my friend, who is an idiot, by the way, told me that Iron Man was going to die.
He told her, which, as she says that, this is full of spoilers.
Super.
This is tons of them.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it in the post.
So in the title.
Spoilers.
Avengers EndGame. That's going to be the name of this video.
And Caramel Film Friday. Okay?
Spoils this movie.
Mm-hmm. I will spoil it all. And so because he spoiled it for me, I want to spoil it for you. Because I'm petty. No, but really, he really made me mad with that. He was trying to do it just out of amusement. He thought I would laugh it off, but I was really ticked off about that. Anyway, it was not an enjoyable experience for me because we went super early, 9 in the morning. Super early. 9 in the morning, which is early to be going to the movies, I think.
It is early.
And I start falling asleep in the movie because I woke up at like 5 or 6 this morning and could not fully go back to sleep to prepare. So once I ate that popcorn, the itis start kicking in and I missed some parts. But I will tell you, I am planning to go see it again. I loved the beginning and the end. It was just a couple portions, a couple sections in the movie that I missed. But I loved it. I am a fan. I love superhero movies in general. It is my thing. It is my jam. And I really, truly enjoyed it. I felt like there were nuggets in the movie. Like really owning who you are, which is a big thing these days. I feel like that theme is in a lot of movies. And not harping on the person you're supposed to be or the person you intended to be or the person that everybody else expects you to be. Mm-hmm. Recognizing and acknowledging who you are now and living your life with who you are now and being okay with that. Mm-hmm. And reaching your greatest potential within that. So that was a huge lesson. I felt that Thor learned just through conversations with his mother. So that was cool, them having that moment and sharing that with the audience. Family was a big thing. It was a big theme in the movie. I love how they allowed Pepper and Iron Man to actually officially be together and have a family together. That was really cool because their relationship has been progressing through all the Iron Man. So to see them start their family, have a daughter, see him in that role, that softer role. He's still a jerk with his one-liners. He's still got a smart mouth, but he still he shows his heart in this movie like no other. And it was cool for him to be like top dog in a sense. Like he gave his life in order for to save the world, more than the world, but the universe.
I was about to say.
Really. They made Thanos a true beast. He was really like beasting. I would have liked to have seen more from Captain Marvel. I felt like she breezed in, kicked some butt a little bit, dipped out, breezed in, kicked some butt a little bit, left again. Like she just kind of dipped in, dipped out. And I was kind of expecting her to save the day. And I would have liked to see her do a little more than she did. It was cool that they gave Captain America his moment, his time to shine. I always feel like he's kind of Like,
Why are you here?
like shrugs. He shrugs for me, like, whatever, Captain America, take him or leave him, whatever. But it was cool the moment that they gave him in the movie. And I absolutely love how they ended the movie with him being able to be with his longtime love, taking that time with her, and then actually growing old because, you know, a lot of times the superheroes, if they can't die, they a lot of them are longing and wishing that they could, because loved ones have passed and whatnot. So it's cool for him to see things go full circle for him. And so he got his happy ending in a sense, and for him to pass on his shield to Falcon. So that was pretty cool. There was some girl power ness in this movie, and I'm always here for that. So to see the girls coming together during the actual war and having them have their moment and watching them kick butt was really cool. I would have liked to have seen more from the Hulk. He just wasn't angry enough for me. But I loved his character. I loved seeing Professor Hulk. He was funny, and it was cool to see him. I just like to see him really like Hulk smash for real. Like, I like to see that. And so I would have liked to have seen more. Ant-Man was funny. He was doing his thing. I always underestimate him, probably because he's an ant, but he does his thing. He played a nice role. I'm trying to think. And it would have been nice to see a little more from Black Panther, but you can't fit everything in. I think that's it. But it was a good movie. I really enjoyed everything that I did see, and I saw a lot of it. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm not just doing this review just off of nothing. It's just
I was up 3 minutes.
Right. It's just a couple moments in the middle part that I could not help it. I tried to sit up, y'all. I tried to lean. I tried to sit. It wasn't working out. I had to tap out. It was 3 hours.
It's a long movie.
It was. So I do plan to go back, and yeah, it's about togetherness, unity, and yeah.
Yep. So I was up for the whole movie, but there was one small part that I did miss, because I drank coffee and water. So that's that. Nature called, I answered. But I love the movie. I am coming as someone that I'm very sporadic, right? When it comes to superhero movies and all these different things, I watch them. But I am like not so. I'm not. I don't know every movie. So this movie, however, did make me walk away and go, you know what? I am like encouraged to go and see the other movies again and watch them more closely, and go see some of the other ones that I've discounted. Like, I've never watched an Ant-Man movie. I didn't watch the Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, I've probably only seen like one Thor movie, maybe. Or maybe I saw 2. I don't know.
This last Thor was really good. Both Ant-Mans.
Was that Ragnarok?
Yeah, that was really good. It was funny.
Yeah.
It was really good.
So I think maybe I've seen both the Thors. But either way, like, do I really know what I'm looking at? Probably not. And so, if there is someone out there that's watching this and you're like, I'm not like a Marvel comic book situation person, I'm there with you. And I say that to say you can still enjoy this movie even if you don't know all the background. You just have an essence of who everyone is. Mm-hmm. Everything about the movie, they did an amazing job with the graphics. Everything was believable in a sense. Like, nothing looked like, oh, you knew it was all computer and CGI and everything, but you just didn't feel that way. So they did a great job, as usual. And I love orchestras that play the background for these movies. Like,
Yes.
I thought to myself, I said, some of these scenes, if I tried to mute them and watch them, I would be like, this is still nice, but it's something about music that adds an intensity to a scene.
Yeah.
And it gives you what you should be feeling. Now, during the fight scene towards the end, I leaned over and told Shiraz that they really should be playing some hip hop right now. Like, there should be a rap song playing right now.
It's a new trend for them to play like soft, beautiful music while a chaotic, crazy
Something
situation
is going on.
is going on. Like, they'll have the most beautiful orchestra playing while
Oh, we can't see you. How you make it go back?
While murder is just occurring. So I think that is pretty funny and pretty cool that they're doing that now. But I see the trend.
So it was good. I like the soundtrack. I thought all the characters did well. I don't want to repeat anything she said. I agree with everything she said. I thought that all the characters, it's weird because they each had that balance of, I'm serious, but I'm still saying something that's a little witty or a little funny that could give you an opportunity to either laugh out loud or smile. And I think it's hilarious still that what is his name? The bald head guy from Fast and Furious. Not Rock, the main guy. Can't think of his name right now. But that he is still Groot. So I just think that that's hilarious. That he is his only line forever is "I am Groot." So he has to learn Groot. Like, he doesn't have to say anything else. So I think that is hilarious. I guess I wish.
You know what was funny? When Iron Man called he called him Build-A-Bear.
Oh, he called, what's the little man's name? The little raccoon.
Oh gosh.
He called the little raccoon the Build-A-Bear. So that was funny. When they were all meeting, I appreciate the process of grief that people have to go through. Because it's just real. Acceptance takes a long time when there is something you thought would be and it was not. And so they losing a lot of people all at once. At one point when I was watching it, I was laughing in my head like, the rapture. Like, I
was thinking that too.
Like, and in the movie, you're in San Francisco, but there's a memorial that has been created for all of the lives that were lost and that people you couldn't find and stuff like that. Well, people that were not lost but taken. And so it was like, man, to just think of how that really could be, just a ton of people being gone. But it happens more often than not, maybe not here in the States, where we just lose a mass amount of people at once. Well, we have. Let me take that back. We have with our own tragedies that have happened. So to think about losing trillions of people at once, I was really trying to wrap my mind around that. And how do you move forward, right? And so that was some of the things I appreciate them showing, that people trying to move forward and being like, how do you move forward? Like, my friend was there that day and like half my family is gone now. And it made me start thinking about during the movie, like, what if there were kids that like lost their parents and then it was only the children left? So how does that work? Like, just thinking about how nuanced that could have been. And also seeing these individuals who are superheroes and they can't fix it. They can't fix it. Even the most powerful one, who's Captain Marvel, like, she can't fix it. And so, at the moment when they thought they couldn't. So I just think that was something, them just processing the grief of that. But of course, things come together, and things work out. Now, if you don't like Black Power mode right now, it's time for you to stop watching the video, because I'm about to go into Black Power mode. Listen, in Marvel Universe, there are no black people in the past, the present, and darn near not the future. And all the black people that do exist in Marvel Universe are in Wakanda. Now, I know some of you are going to watch it and be like, Don Cheadle. And I'm going to be like, really? But his 7 lines he had in the movie? We're not going to include him. And then Falcon with his 3 lines at the end. We're also not going to include him. And of course, I feel a way about certain things. But I know it's comic book universe, whatever. But art imitates life. So, we really should discuss that.
We have to consider when these comic books were made, the time period, and our representation or lack thereof during that time when they were creating those.
Listen.
So
black people been around this here doggone America.
Well, yeah, but black people weren't
started America.
A trend like they are now when those comic books were being created.
Ain't nothing nobody gonna say to me.
I'm not saying it's right.
Right. But
I'm just saying, you know, it is. That's what it is.
And I'm even talking about the extras. I get it because white people are in power everywhere. But the extras, I can't even get 10 extras. Past, present, and future. Okay. What ifs, Marvel Universe? The whole universe? That's a big old place. Y'all even got tons of aliens. Okay. Anyway.
One thing you mentioned though.
So, but I will. But with that, I was a little frustrated at that a bit. But one thing at the end, whenever, which again, my Black Power mode still took that away. But whenever Captain America gave Falcon the actual shield to be, I guess, the next Captain America. I don't know how that works. Or to be Falcon with a shield. I don't know. But I was like, okay, a dark-skinned black man about to be representative of the United States. That is huge. That they have that. Regardless of how it happened. That they have that be something. So I thought that was powerful. And yeah, so the movie was funny. Loved all the parts. It made me want to go back and watch all the other Marvel movies so it can make sense. So I can make more sense. But at any rate, the entire movie was interesting. It kept me going. I enjoyed it. It made me laugh. There were parts that made me cry. I was so excited when everyone finally came back and they were all fighting. When the women got together, it was super powerful. And one thing I will say is that on one side, the evil side, that was Thanos' side, everybody was the same. You know, everybody looked the same. They all were the same kind of monster and all this different stuff. But on the side that won, which was the Marvel side, it was a diverse group of people together. From all different walks of life.
That's what I was going to say that you said. Mm-hmm.
From all different walks of life. From all different places that all different universes, right? All different planets, all different places, and all parts of even just the world as Earth coming together. And so I don't know if they were doing that on purpose, but just to show that if we don't come together, when we do come together, there's nothing we can't do. Mm-hmm. But if we don't come together, there's nothing but chaos that will happen. So I think that's also powerful as well. And then with Tony Stark being someone who in his nature, I've probably only watched one Iron Man and I think there's like 3 movies. But I just know from just the one I've watched that he's a selfish person. He starts to like save people and stuff, but he's like a selfish butthead. And so him being the one to sacrifice his life for the rest, that was huge. That he would take that on for himself. I'm not going to sully that with my Black Powerness because I want to, but I'm not going to do that. But so I'll just say it's nice that he did that. And so we appreciate you, Tony Stark. And so with that being said, that is how I feel about the movie. I recommend everybody go see it.
Yeah, it was.
I recommend everybody to go see it.
I liked it.
You'll enjoy it.
And I'm excited to see it again. And I had mentioned families, but they had a real theme of fathers and daughters.
Mm-hmm. They did.
So, like, you saw about 4 different fathers and daughters situations and interactions.
Yep.
So I don't know if they really paid attention to that, but I thought that was interesting and cool to see. What else? I believe.
Oh, and I feel like they didn't. So there was no end part, right? It wasn't like after the credits and there's like these sub situations going on. They had none of that.
Yeah, post credits.
But they did have where Thor joins. I don't know what are the name of their movies? That little ragtag group of aliens and one human. Was there? I can't remember what their name is right now, but they have Groot and they have the little raccoon.
Oh,
so like Thor
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Thank you. So like Thor joins them.
I love them,
and so it makes me wonder if there are going to be more movies coming out, and now Thor will be with the Guardian of the Galaxy.
Oh my goodness!
Which, by the way, spoiler alert, like he is fat in this movie, and it cracks me all the way up. He looks
that beer
like
he was drinking.
Yes, he was drinking beer, and like they're like it looks like a place like they're in New Zealand or something, like where they live now. Maybe not New Zealand, but some, grassy green place. Maybe it is New Zealand that they look like they're in. Or Iceland, because I think Iceland has a lot of green grass, stuff like that. So it's really interesting to see them this
when he
crazy,
lets himself go.
Right. But these people that have come from a whole nother planet, and they're basically living lives where they're like, away past, into the future time with their technology in this other planet, and now they're living on Earth, and they're fishermen and fisherwomen, and they're like, living just regular lives, and Thor is like fat and like loopy acting, and the one big rocky looking man, he's like playing video games. The little fat little alien thing is like eating pizza. It's like, this is not Ragnarok. Like, what is happening right now? So it's or not, whatever the name of the place that Asgard, excuse me, the new Asgard. I'm like, this is not Asgard, but it's called where they live now is the new Asgard. So it's just odd seeing them.
I love how they threw Loki in there too, Thor's brother.
Yes.
And, like, that was cool.
Yes. How they went back. And then how when Thor is accepting who he is, and what he wants to be, how he gave it to a woman to be the queen of the new Asgard, and how she's a leader. So who knows what'll happen with that as well. I mean, again, I don't know how the Marvel universe works, but I feel like there's potential movies from these different things that did happen. And I do think Black Panther is supposed to be coming out with more stuff.
Yeah. I would have loved a post-credit something. Just something. Wave at us. Give me something.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
Bye. Put Stan Lee on the screen.
Appreciate y'all. Wish they did put him in the movie, though. A picture of him.
Well, he's in every movie. That's an ongoing theme. But just at the end, if they could have caught him talking about something, I don't know. Give me something else. But you mentioned this, but I love movies too. You, like I said, you briefly touched on this, but that they play off every emotion that you have within you. So you're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, you're gonna smile, you're gonna feel grief, you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna go through all of the many different emotions that there are to have. And I feel like every really good movie will take you through that emotional roller coaster.
And I will say, as one last thing, that this also encourages you for the impossible. Even if there's just one chance and you just have to try it. And so that's what this movie does. Like, they have just a very small amount of window when they decide that they can time travel to see if they can do it. And at the moment when it's like, you guys, this is impossible. And if it is impossible, if we do it, that we could probably die. And when you start to think about the greater good, sometimes it's just like, we have to at least try. We have to at least try it. And so, and also at the beginning of the movie, Thanos, even him realizing, he was like, so I thought if I wiped out half the planet, the other half would be like, appreciate it. Now we can just move on. And he's like, great. But y'all didn't move on.
Y'all stuck on what y'all don't have and how things used to be, instead of walking in this new life.
And it's like, you took away half the planet, dude. Like, people don't just get over stuff like that. Where it's so, and I think so. It's about, I think that's something to speak to about approach to things. Like, Thanos, we get your heart. You trying to help people see they're doing stuff wrong, and life could be better if certain people wasn't here. We get that, like,
the anti-villain.
But don't do this like this.
They always try to make you feel for the villain.
And it's like, Thanos, no, like, that was all bad. So, and something I was going to say was, shout out to the introverts, because Thanos, that is a true introvert, but a bad extreme of one. So, don't want to be that extreme.
Yeah, he was real cool with just being alone.
Being by himself, cooking some random fruit. I don't even know what kind of fruit that was.
Yeah, he was really just living it up.
Chilling. Half burnt up.
Everybody dead. He done killed his children.
Oh,
one of his children.
Yeah.
He didn't care.
He did not care.
He was a savage.
So selfish.
He really carried out his goals and what he felt like his life purpose was. Even after seeing what his fate would be, he's like, well, I'm still gonna do this though, because this is what my life's supposed to be like. Yeah, he was really adamant about carrying out his life's plan, and I think there's something to be said about that too. And even with Iron Man carrying out his life plan, ending it, Pepper telling him we're gonna be good, and him just being okay with the way he lived his life and ending it on a high note, and that kind of thing. I think that's an interesting concept too that played out in the movie. Purpose.
And I'm sad Lupita Nyong'o was not in this movie, but I'm pretty sure she had a conflict of schedule.
I'm sure
coming
she did.
With dealing with Jordan Peele's movie and everything, but I really wish she could have been in these fighting scenes. I think that would have been so tight.
And there's some people that didn't come back that probably should have come back. I would have liked to have seen. But I felt like they did a great job. You can't please everybody. There's no way. There's no way.
Especially people who are like hardcore Marvel or even DC comic people or just everything type people. Like they're going to be able to pick out nuances. But if you just somebody that just wants a good movie and you don't want to waste your $10.50, $12.50, $13.50, sometimes $15 in certain places, like, this is worth it.
Yeah,
you won't be in there for 7 days.
But I love the. I don't know why. Maybe it's just this idea that there's a savior that will come and just lift you out of your situations. I don't know what, but I love those movies. They make you feel good, especially when they're funny, and I just love them. So if you have not yet seen the movie, go check it out. I'm hoping that you have seen it, because if not, we've just spoiled it on many levels for you.
And, it's your fault.
Yeah,
because we told you to stop watching it. In the title and in the beginning of this video. So, you're bad.
So, I am Caramel.
I'm chocolate.
Check us out. We'll be doing these movie reviews and really maybe just coming and just chit-chatting about life and love and media, whatever we feel like talking about. we will be here, and I hope you're here with us.
Yes.
Yes.
We'd love that.
So check us out. It's Film Fridays.